Hey everybody, welcome back to Zoo Tycoon Breeding Giant Pandas Very Advanced Scenario. You'll recall from part 1 that we've got 36 months to complete the scenario, and we are currently in mid-April of year 2, meaning that we've got, just a bit over 18 months left to go. We have 14 of the required exhibits built, all with an exhibit suitability rating of at least 90, and we still obviously need a panda, but we can't get pandas until we build 15 exhibits, and I said that exhibit number 15 was going to be the unicorn. I haven't changed my mind, so that's essentially where we are. We have we have a zoo rating of 91, we have animal happiness 98, we have guest happiness 97, which is really high considering we have 580 guests. So yeah, at the moment we're basically just saving up money in order to build the unicorn exhibit, which is going to be quite expensive because unicorns cost 6,000 each, and we're going to want a male and a female, and they also want 60 squares each, meaning that we need a 12 by 10 exhibit, and also we're going to need like deciduous and probably some other terrain modifications. Yeah, they are shy and reclusive, rarely seen in their forest glades. So they don't really like guests, they're very shy, but they are very attractive to guests because you go to a zoo and there's a frickin' unicorn. You're going to want to see the unicorn. Anyway, let's unpause the game. So yeah, we're basically just saving up money for the unicorn. Oh yeah, we can't build Dinosaur Digs or Marine Mania, so let's just do Tycoon for this scenario. We don't need foliage or endangered animals. The unicorn wants Japanese maple tree. We can probably make do with other stuff. Probably something cheaper that we could build, to be quite honest. If I consort with my guide that tells me everything I need to know regarding to Zoo Tycoon, it tells me you can use the thornless mesquite tree instead of the Japanese maple tree. The thornless mesquite tree is nowhere to be found. There it is, $125 instead of $135. Big saving. I'm sure those $10 will come in very useful. I mean, even if I put 50 trees down, I'd save like $500. I suppose you could say every little helps, but the difference is pretty negligible. You know, not like the Siberian tiger, where you can use pine bush instead of whatever it tells you to use. Yeah, it tells you to use Chinese fir tree, instead we use pine bush. Chinese fir tree costs $125, pine bush costs $85, so it's $40 difference. You might save $1,000 or so in the construction cost. So, I want to put the unicorn exhibit over here, approximately, sort of behind all these amenities. You'll see that we've got 585 guests, we also have 13 staff members and 19 benefactors, so that's really good. 7 zookeepers looking after 14 exhibits is the right amount. 6 maintenance workers, maybe we need another one. Although, the thing is even though these fences are slightly damaged, it's not like the animals are at risk of breaking out, so it's probably not urgent, but I suppose later on we could always get more maintenance workers. I don't know how much this exhibit is going to cost. My guide tells me that it costs about $34,000 to build. And seeing as I'm not going to get any more award money, I guess all I can really do is just save up. The zoo's making so much profit that it'll probably only take like until about June anyway. and then we can start construction. The other alternative is that I just actually start construction now and then yeah, we start construction now and then sort of work our way along and optimise it as and when we can. Right, that is 10 squares, and that is 12 squares. Right. So this will be Unicorn Exhibit. Alright. We'll just put the entrance there temporarily. Put some more signs up. Yeah, so May's rolled around. Obviously we've got to pay upkeep costs, but we still have quite a bit of cash left over. I suppose, to be fair, actually, we might just have enough money for like one unicorn, and then we can get a second one later on. I don't know what shelter they're going to want, actually. Right, well, let's put in some preparatory... Am I going to go with the Japanese maple tree, or am I going to go with the other tree? Thornless mesquite tree. Thornless mesquite tree looks like that. Japanese maple looks like that. I guess there's not really much difference. I might as well just use the thornless mesquite tree, because it is actually cheaper. I'll just put some trees in preliminary, because I don't know... I don't know how many trees to put in, because I don't know how much foliage I'm going to need. And I'll also put in some deciduous. Not loads, but I'll just put in some. Yeah, my guide is basically telling me that they want mostly deciduous, and then some grass and some fresh water, so I'll just put in a bit more deciduous. I'm actually going to hide the forest, or hide the trees for now. Maybe a bit more grass, and then a bit of fresh water. I can fine tune as necessary. So something like that, and then put in a shelter. I mean, they're basically horses, so a stable should be fine. And then I'll put in an unicorn. Yeah, so... Oh, it doesn't actually like the stable. Wow, okay. Oh, is it... Because it's more like a zebra, so it's kind of like a... It doesn't want... Yeah, okay, so it wants a lean-to. Right, obviously it wants another animal, so I might as well get a female unicorn. More rocks, I didn't think of that. More fresh water, not enough deciduous, too much grass. Right. Yeah. Once again, I'm going to hide the foliage. No problem. Hold up. Right. Deciduous. Yep. More foliage and more rocks, yeah. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Right. Yeah, I actually kind of forgot about rocks. No big deal. Right, more foliage. Okay, it's very hard to see the squares on deciduous because the grid squares are basically the same colour as the deciduous terrain. Alright, so we've hit 90 exhibit suitability rating, which is why this message has just come up. A delegation from the Chinese government has just completed a tour of your zoo. They are very impressed with the diversity of animal species and the quality of their care. As a result, they are offering 2 pandas, a male and female, for you to adopt. They would be most pleased if you can implement a successful breeding program that produces a baby panda. Right, so we haven't actually been given the pandas, but we can basically adopt some pandas. Right. Because we can't actually exhibit them now. Like, we don't have any money. Okay, that's interesting. Right, let's save the game. So these unicorns currently have suitability of 90 exactly. We can get more foliage in. Yeah, it's easier to see the grid lines if you zoom in. I couldn't see them when otherwise. That's 96 suitability. Yeah, probably still need a lot more foliage, to be honest. It's weird that they have the exact same sounds pretty much as zebra. Yeah, he's saying it's fine. Line 4 is ill, that's not good. Alright, that's 100 suitability. Can the zookeeper actually get in, though? That's a question. Yes, they probably can. So he will be assigned... Well, they will be assigned to the unicorns. Imagine you get employed at a zoo, and you're told, okay, you're going to be assigned to an exhibit. You think, okay. Then they tell you it's a unicorn. And you think, well, my training didn't prepare me for this. I mean, like, Zoo Tycoon is a very strange universe where people go to a zoo, see a unicorn, and they're not like, what on earth is going on? And it's also a strange universe where people would rather go to the zoo and see a Bengal tiger or a saltwater crocodile than they would a stegosaurus. People go to a zoo in Zoo Tycoon and see, like, a stegosaurus, and they're like, okay, that's something you know, it's as though it's like a sort of everyday occurrence for them. They're not like, wow, a stegosaurus. They're just like, meh, I'd rather see a Bengal tiger. Like, it's a very strange universe. I mean, that's not to even get into the fact that it's a universe whereby I can just basically create paths and animals at will, and animals very conveniently never go extinct. I need to sell off these crocodiles. I mean, I can basically have as many, you know, as an example, snow leopard, which is an endangered species. Once I research snow leopard, I could just get as many snow leopards as I feel like. And the game's just like, yeah, that's fine. No problem. Right. Anyway, I think we're alright for, like, baby animals. Fortunately, pandas are a bit odd in that they actually only require, like, a very small exhibit. Because these need to be sold off. You can get away with, I think, it's either like a 40 square exhibit or a 50 square exhibit for male and female panda, but I think to maximise happiness and exhibit suitability, we're probably just going to give them a 100 square exhibit. Yeah, this guy needs to be sold off. The lions are probably... yeah, the lions have... okay, well, we only need one male lion, so we can just get rid of that. And then that's okay now. Grizzly bears are fine, unicorns are fine. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any kind of big cash reward for breeding a unicorn, like there is for an endangered species or a panda, for example. Which is a bit daft, really, because baby unicorns are extremely popular in this game, but you don't get any kind of extra cash bonus, unfortunately. Maybe you do, but I don't think you do. Although, like I say, baby pandas are extremely popular in this game. And also, I'm saying that... not baby pandas. Well, baby pandas are very popular in the game. And if you get a baby panda, you get $50,000. Baby unicorns are very popular in the game. But I'm saying that, and people don't seem to be bothered about my unicorns. They don't seem to want to come over to see the unicorns. I guess give them time, but there's quite a sort of equal distribution of guests, actually. I mean, not many on like the outskirts. Like, there's not many over by the Moose area, but no, I mean, you look at the guests, and they're sort of a bit all over the place. Obviously, the main focus is around here, where all the amenities are, like the restaurants and gift shops, etc. But in actuality, it's not too bad. Right. Yeah, my guide says that you can actually exhibit 2 pandas with a 40 square exhibit for about $20,000. So I reckon let's save the game and let's actually go for oops, maybe a 50 square exhibit. I don't know. Just to be safe, or not safe, but like maybe just increase the chances of breeding. I don't know. Or maybe we'll just go with 100 squares anyway. How strong are pandas in this game? Pandas have a bit of strength. They can jump, but they can't climb. So, yeah, we'll just use this fencing anyway. I was contemplating using this, but as it happens, pandas actually have a bit of strength. Right, well, let's get the... So that is 8. Ah, shoot. I can't get 10 then, can I? Hang on. Right. Let's do it this way. Right, that's 10. I'm just going to go with a 100 square exhibit. Just to be absolutely safe. This is going to be Panda exhibit. And put the entrance right next to this guy. Why does that look wrong? As though they're not aligned, but I think they are. It just doesn't look like they are. No, they're not. Okay, so now they are. Right. It's quite appropriate that the Panda exhibit is right next to the Japanese garden. Although I'm aware that pandas are Chinese. I'm not that stupid. Guest happiness has dropped quite a lot, actually. Not really sure why. Ooh, animal happy. Ooh. Oh, what on earth has gone on here? These polar bears are miserable because there's too much poo and they're feeling overcrowded and they're getting hungry. Why is there so much poo in this exhibit? Are there too many polar bears or something? No? Zookeeper's just not doing his job and cleaning up the poo. And that's meaning that, as a result... That's really weird. Right. Let's just get another maintenance worker. And let's also get another zookeeper, because... I don't know why there's so much poo here, but... There's actually a lot of poo in this crocodile exhibit as well, so... Who's the zookeeper that's looking after these crocodiles and Right. Crocodile and polar bear, why are you not doing your job? Can you not get in or something? Is it blocked? Do your frickin' job. Yeah, the guest has just become really unhappy because there's just like too much poo over here. And there's a load of poo over here as well. Why is there so much poo? Oh, and also we've got a well, I was going to say we've got an ill polar bear, but no. Right. I mean, guest happiness fortunately is not a requirement. And also 92 guest happiness is still really high. But why is there so much poo? I'm going to assign you to this crocodile as well. So we've got 2 zookeepers on polar bears and crocodiles. I think that's more efficient than having 1 on polar bear and 1 on crocodile. But I could be wrong in that regard. Right. You need to mop up all this poo. Why is there so much poo? Why are you not doing your job? Yeah, I understand the importance of feeding the animals, but wipe up the poo first, why don't you? Bloody hell. Stupid game. Alright. Is everybody else alright? Or are they complaining as well? Well, the lions are fine. The anteaters are fine. Komodo dragons are fine. Actually, that's interesting. We can actually fit 3... Yeah, we can have 3 adult Komodo dragons and they're okay. And Komodo Dragon 3 isn't like, I want a mate! So that's good to have. It's good to know. Not enough shelters and they want a toy. Right, well, I mean, when Orangutan 5 grows up, it'll just be sold off anyway. Siberian tigers are fine. Hippo 4 will need to be sold off when it grows up. Why have we only got 2 zebras here? And why are they both female? They must have... Yes, something must have happened. They must have died of old age or something. Okay, well... Right, that's fine. So those zebra are fine. Moose is fine. Camels, fine. Crocodile, fine. Polar bear... The... Polar bear 5 and 6 will need to be sold off. Guess is now 93. Bison is fine for now. Might need to sell off one off when it reaches adulthood. Right. So apart from the fact we've got a few hungry guests, we're all right. I mean, one thing I could do actually is build another restaurant and build it like over here, which would attract guests to the panda and the unicorn. But then it might cause problems, like the unicorn might get a bit shy or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's save the game. Right, let's put in a bit of elevated terrain just in preparation for the panda. Not like that. Right. That'll be okay for now. Get some rocks. Actually, I don't know if we want rocks or snowy rocks. Probably just regular rocks for the panda. It wants mostly coniferous, despite being a highland animal, from memory, and also a bit of snow and a bit of fresh water and a bit of grass or something like that, if memory serves. Maybe a bit of grey stone. I honestly don't remember. Maybe a bit of dirt as well, I don't remember. Let's do something like that. We'll put some rocks down. And we don't actually need bamboo. I think you can get away with just using Himalayan birch. I think. I mean, we'll find out if this is a big mess once we adopt the animals. The pandas. Right, it's saying that we can only get a male and a female, so I guess if they die or, you know, they just fail to breed, then yeah, the game's not letting me adopt any more pandas. Okay, so straight away we've got 82 suitability. Not enough shelters, more cliffs and hills, too much fresh water, not enough coniferous, right. Okay. But for a sort of preliminary exhibit, it's actually not too bad. Okay, they do want a bit of fresh water. Not enough coniferous, probably too much snow, yeah. Too much grey stone, no. Too much grass, maybe? Yeah. Right, that's fine. More rocks? Nope. Less rocks? Yeah. Okay. And a shelter. And we could get the Panda cave, obviously, but that requires a lot of research. Right, shelter. More foliage, more cliffs, hills. Yep. And also, the main thing is, as well, is they do actually like the tree that we put in. Right, that seems to be enough elevation. Just need more foliage. Yeah, so instead of using bamboo, you can just use this, which requires no research, and it's probably cheaper to build in, or cheaper to buy anyway. Whoops. Okay, let's hide the foliage for now. Okay, that's 100 suitability. So we're going to need a zookeeper to look after these guys. So that'll be this guy. We could always get a 10th zookeeper to just look after some extra problematic exhibits if needs be. And we could even get an 11th zookeeper if we still need one. Right, let's save the game. So we now basically have about 17 months to just simply get a baby panda. And unfortunately, there's basically nothing that I can do to improve the chances of that, because I've researched everything in animal care and panda care. They've got a 100 suitability exhibit, so as long as they're happy enough, we should get a baby panda. But there's no guarantee of it, because it is basically just random chance. We could get one in the next 5 minutes, or we could get one, dare I say it, not at all. But there's nothing to stop us from building extra exhibits to improve, I guess, you know, profitability and zoo rating. Zoo rating of 92, animal happiness 98, guest happiness 97. Yeah, so I don't know why there was temporarily way too much poo. But now that that's gone, the guest happiness is back up to 97. The mysteries of this game are very strange. I wonder if we actually will get a baby unicorn. Perhaps not, because I think their breed chance is pretty low, even with 100 suitability and very high happiness. But you never know, we might do. Yeah, we're getting quite a lot of broken fencing, so probably going to need to sell off. We're getting a lot of broken fencing, so probably going to need to hire more maintenance workers. Saying that, they are doing their job. That is a lot of zebra. 3, 4, 5, 6 zebra. This hippo's still a baby. I feel like this hippo's been a baby for a very long time. Yeah, lions are fine, bears are fine, unicorn fine. Yeah, okay. So, well, we're The pandas have already created some poo. Ah! Blinking heck, I didn't think it'd be that fast. Right, well, Giant Panda 2 has given birth. The new baby panda has increased the private donations given to your zoo. A combination of guest contributions and funding from private foundations has increased donations this month to $50,000. Yeah. So, you can see we've basically won the scenario now, and we just have to sort of wait it out. Let's save the game. So, we can basically just keep building extra exhibits. But I think now we basically have just won the scenario. We just have to make sure that, you know, we have pandas, for starters, and that the exhibit suitability rating doesn't just drop for some reason. But we only need it for 15 exhibits, so we can actually increase the probability of that not happening, or decrease the probability of that happening, by simply building more exhibits. And seeing as we've just got an extra influx of $50,000 cash, we now have a lot of money. So let's just keep building some more exhibits for some animals. What do we want to build? I am not sure. But we can basically build whatever we want now. Could we get some sea lions? Yeah, let's go for some sea lions. So, I will just check. Can sea lions climb and jump, and how strong are sea lions? Sea lions have no strength, they can't climb and can't jump. Right, brilliant. That means I can use the cheapest fencing, and it won't be a problem. And also, sea lions only require 70 squares, that's fine. Brilliant. Well, I couldn't have planned that better if I tried. I mean, I did think the pandas would breed, because obviously they've got 100 suitability, so they're going to be very happy. And I researched literally everything to increase the probability of them breeding, but even so, that was quick. That was brilliant. Right, obviously these sea lions are going to need some salt water. And do they want greystone or brownstone? No, it's greystone, I think. Do they want any dirt or anything like that? No, my guide is just saying greystone and salt water. Fair enough. I mean, I'll keep playing until the deadline because, you know, I can actually do stuff in this one, and also there's a chance that something bad will happen. I just got a message at the top saying there that a unicorn had given birth. So now we have a baby panda and a baby unicorn. That's not something you see in a zoo very often. If that doesn't attract guests, I don't know what will. We're going to need another zookeeper though, aren't we? Yeah, that's no problem though. Because like I say, we've got a load of money. It's interesting though that, like I say, you don't get any extra money for having a baby unicorn. But the baby unicorn is right there. Like I say, it looks like a sort of zebra, but with like orange bits, I think. Yeah, like a sort of zebra, but small, but with like orange bits on it. It is actually a female unicorn. I think when it grows up it will need to be sold off, unfortunately. And also I think unicorns don't last very long. They don't live very long for some reason. Okay, we're having a few problematic guests. It might be an idea to get an extra restaurant or something. Did I get that zookeeper? Yes I did, but I didn't assign it to the exhibit. Yeah, they need more foliage, obviously. And I think you want water lilies again. Okay, that's 96 suitability, that's fine. So let's save the game. Right. So we currently have 25 benefactors. That will probably go up. Blinking heck, the sea lions just give birth now. That Hippo 4 is now finally grown up, so sell that off. Orangutan 5 is still a baby. Anteater 4 is still a baby. Lions are fine. There's the plane. It's interesting that it's got the thumbnail for a male unicorn, even though it is a female unicorn. Yeah, baby panda is a female, and sea lion baby is a male. Right. It's kind of annoying that I can't adopt any more pandas, but I mean it's not a massive concern. But it would be nice if I could, because I don't know if the exhibit is going to be okay. I mean, it's big enough, yes, but I don't know if the pandas are going to be okay with having 3 adult pandas in there, or if they're going to complain that there's too many animals. I think it is okay, though, to be fair. Bengal Tiger 3 is giving birth. Right. To a male and a female. That's brilliant, because that means that when they grow up, I can sell off 3 and 4. And I've still got a male and a female. Right. I am going to build a restaurant over here. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so there's loads of guests coming over because of, like, the panda and the unicorn. And also now the restaurant. So, one thing to bear in mind is that these... I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but yeah, the panda's getting overcrowded. It's still happy. It's just, yeah, it's feeling a bit overcrowded, but it should be okay. Putting the panda in next to the unicorn and the restaurant, we're just going to get so many guests coming over here. We'll also put a bit of scenery down over here, why not? Duck pond. And we'll also put hedge fencing around this. Right, let's make this $17. Right, and then that should help alleviate guest problems. Why are you angry? Because you don't like the zoo at all, you're going to an amusement park for literally no reason. Yeah, some guests are just really stupid in this game. They just complain for no reason. They go to a zoo, there's a baby unicorn and a baby panda, and they still just want to go to an amusement park. How stupid can you get? Dear me. Right, we've still got another 15 months to sit out, so I guess we better just keep building more exhibits and waiting around. This is basically what happened on Paradise Island, is that I had completed all the objectives for the scenario, but I couldn't adopt any more animals. So there was literally nothing to do. Let's get some penguins, why not? Can penguins jump or climb? I don't think they can. But I'll check anyway. Penguins cannot jump or climb, and they also have no strength. That is good, because that means I can just use cheap fencing for penguins. How many penguins am I going to need, and how big an exhibit do I need? 9 by 10 is big enough for 6 penguins. Right, okay. So we'll put penguins over here. That is 10 by 9. Right, so this will be penguin exhibit. If memory serves, penguins breed like crazy in this game. So we might have an excess of penguins at some point. I mean, we could even do some research into, you know, animal houses or even like endangered species. We've got the money, so I guess we might as well. Actually, let's get some maintenance worker training. And let's go for some animal houses as well. Let's get some penguins. Actually, let's just put the terrain down first. And they're going to want some salt water. Okay. And then we're going to want some snowy rocks. And penguins don't want any... Actually, penguins do want a shelter. And... too much snow, not enough salt water, fair enough. So it's not like the polar bear where it's just a 50-50 ratio. They actually want quite a lot more salt water than they do snow. Okay, and they don't want any foliage. Brilliant. So this guy can look after the sea lions and the penguins, which means I'm going to need to move some entrances. Kind of inconvenient actually, because I can't... because the entrance for the sea lions has to be over here, where the grey stone is. Whereas the penguins is going to have to be like over here. So he's going to have to go a bit of a distance, but it's nothing serious. Or I could alternatively actually get another zookeeper, and then he can look after an exhibit over here for the penguins and an exhibit over here. And then we get another one who looks after the sea lions over here, and then something else, like over here or something? I don't know. I'm sort of planning in the future. Maintenance worker training 1 obviously is useless. It just means that the maintenance workers can clean up trash from the zoo quicker, but we have no trash anyway, obviously. Right, how are we for baby animals, etc.? Should be fine. Ah, okay, Bison 5 needs to be sold off. Yeah, we've got 2 males and 2 females, so that's fine. Polar bear. Hang on. Right, this is a problem. So Polar Bear 5 and Polar Bear 6 need to be sold off. 7 and 8 are both male. Right, so let's get rid of 5 and 6. Right. Crocodiles. Ooh. Oh no, that's fine. Camels. Yep, that's fine. Moose. Yeah, one of those is going to need to be sold off eventually. Zebra, fine. Hippo, fine. Siberian tiger, fine. Orangutan, he wants a mate, and yeah, it's just not. Orangutan 5 wanted a mate and more toys and more shelters, and the exhibit wasn't big enough, and there's 2 animals in the exhibit, and blah 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 blah. It's just easier to sell it off. Komodo dragon, fine. Anteater, he needs to be sold off. Lion, whoops, lion. Yeah, we need to sell one off. So we can sell off number 5. And it's still not big enough. Let's sell off number 2 then. That's fine. Yeah, it's very handy. What was that? Oh, Unicorn 3 is ill. That's the baby unicorn. That's not good. The baby unicorn is ill. Where's the zookeeper? Where's the zookeeper? I'm not seeing the zookeeper. Oh, there it is. Where's the baby unicorn? There it is. Heal baby unicorn. Right, now go to Pandas. Rake up poo or whatever you're going to do. That's fine. Okay, yeah. Pandas, fine. And sea lion, fine. Penguin, fine. Brilliant. Everything is fine. We still have 14 months to go. Yeah. Right. Have we researched the primate house yet? We have. We've also just got insect house. Or at least we will do. Yeah, there you go. So let's put a primate house over here, assuming it fits. It does not. It does if I put it that way, though. Right, so let's put a primate house down there. That will encourage guests to wander over in this general area. Insect house, we can put, I guess we can put it like over here. Where is it? There it is. Check the game again. Just periodically check the objectives just to make sure that everything is actually fine and that something hasn't just like massively messed up somehow. I hope people actually do go over to the primate house because there's currently like not really any guests around here. So maybe if I put like a really popular animal over here or something. Actually, Jaguar's pretty popular. Yeah, Jaguar's quite popular. So let's get a Jaguar exhibit. So that's 10 squares by 5 squares is actually big enough. I think you can get away with 40 squares, but let's just go with a 50 square exhibit for Jaguar. Is that really 19 exhibits? I suppose it is actually, because the Pandas was 16, and since then I've built, yeah, sea lions, penguins, and now Jaguar. Right, okay, so we've got 19 exhibits once I finish the Jaguar. That's a lot. It'd be funny if I managed to get 95 zero time. I don't think I've ever done that on a scenario before, but maybe I have, I don't remember. Right, reptile house can go over here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, we can put a reptile house down there, I suppose. Put a bit of scenery down over here. Snake pit. Sphinx statue and water well, I suppose. Surround that by low hedge fencing. Yeah. Right, how are we for zookeepers? So he's looking after the sea lions and the penguins. And then we're going to need another one to look after the Jaguar when we eventually get them. Alright, so you can... Where are you going? Right, you need to be assigned to these Jaguar. Right. Jaguars like pock trees, that's fine. Where's that? That's there. So they just take up 1 square, that's no problem. And then put some fresh water down. No, I don't like that. Hide the trees. And then rainforest. Oh, do they not want any? Oh no, they do want some grass. No, they don't. I think it's because there's too much rainforest. Yeah. Alright, and then rocks. Yeah, I don't think Jaguar live very long either. But as long as they breed, it should be alright. Okay, that's 99 suitability. So that should be fine. Right, people are going to the reptile house, and a lot of people are going to the primate house, so that's good. We can increase the, we can make these better by just exhibiting better animals, I suppose. I don't know what you would call it, because it's not an exhibit, is it? It's, it calls it a program, so I suppose by having a better program you increase the guest happiness when they visit them. I don't know, it seems a bit weird to call it a program, but then again I guess it's not an exhibit either, is it? So. Yeah, so this is actually going to end up being quite a big zoo by the time I'm finished with it, which I suppose is good. Maybe not as big as the African savannah, but certainly going to have a more diverse set of animals. Right, we can sell off one of these males. Although, as it happens... Right, that's fine. Yeah. Lion's fine. Grizzly bear fine. Unicorn should be fine. Yeah, unicorn fine. Panda is fine. I think that's still a baby. Yeah. Sea lion fine. Penguin fine. And Jaguar is fine. Deadly snakes of the world, right. I might not bother with the nocturnal house, I'm not sure yet. But, I guess we've got loads of money. We may as well get it. Talk about training 1 is completely useless, but it's done now anyway. Zookeeper training 2, obviously we do want that. I think it should be Zookeeper training... Maintenance Worker training 2 we do want. Maintenance Worker training 3 is completely useless, because that's to do with tank filters for Marine Mania. So I think after that we're done, because I don't think there is a Zookeeper training 3. So once this is done, then we could probably just put money into... nothing really, unless we want animal enrichment. There's no point getting shelters. Animal enrichment maybe if we want swinging log tree for African elephants, or cat climbing tree if we want to start getting some leopards going or something like that. Put some scenery around here. Rainforest pond. And the Japanese koi pond. It's annoying, and I've said it many a time, that there isn't more 3x3 scenery. The only 3x3 scenery in the base game is the elephant fountain. Actually, is the fountain 3x3? It is, but elephant fountain is better, so we'll just go 2 elephant fountains. And lemurs of Madagascar is now available for the primate house. That's the reptile house. Giant anteater has died of old age. Okay, well, we might just have to sell off some anteaters and get some new anteaters. So, let's just save the game. Still got 12.5 months to go. Tigers are fine. Yeah. Polar bear, fine. Crocs. Crocs are actually okay. Yeah. Camels, fine. Moose, fine. Oops. Zebra, fine. Hippo, fine. Siberian tiger, fine. Orangutan, fine. Komodo dragon, fine. Yeah, the anteaters. Okay, so we've got anteater 2. We can sell that off and just get anteater 1, or like a male and a female anteater. Just makes it a bit easier, a bit simpler. Right. Lions, fine. Bears are fine. I hope they breed though, because otherwise we're just going to have to buy another male and another female. I think grizzly bears do rarely breed for some reason. Unicorn is fine. Feeling crowded by too many guests, can't really do much about that. The panda is still a baby. Sea lions are fine. It's Boxing Day. Penguin's fine, Jaguar fine. Right. Yeah, I want to make this guy look after the penguins and the jaguar. This guy is sea lion and penguin. I guess that's okay. Yeah. That's okay, actually. Just leave it like that. Venomous spiders. Lemurs of Madagascar. Should be Raptors of the World, and then after that I think that's it. And then it's the Nocturnal House, which then has like 2 or 3 upgrades itself. I think it's got 3 upgrades. I think rather than go through all the Nocturnal House stuff, I think I might just start doing some endangered animals stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to want to just keep building more exhibits, I suppose. Orangutan 2 is ill, that's not good. I don't really want to be dealing with Highland animals right now. Tempted to say just go with like another sort of rainforest animal. I mean, there's black bear, and then there's also obviously like savanna animals. Although savanna animals don't tend to be that popular, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. So maybe until we research like the endangered animals, which are generally very popular, maybe let's go with yeah, let's just build a black bear exhibit. Why not? We've already got grizzly bears, so let's go with black bear. And I'm going to make it a 10x10 exhibit. No, it doesn't fit actually. Raptors of the World is now available. Yeah, we don't want a Nocturnal House, let's just go with endangered animals. Yeah, I'm going to make it a 10x10 black bear exhibit. And that is exhibit 20. Black bear exhibit. So there is an award for, I can't remember if it's, is it 25 exhibits or 30 exhibits? Where it's like highest quality species, gold certificate, or maybe like diverse species gold certificate. I think it's highest quality species gold certificate for maybe like 25 exhibits with like 90 suitability or higher, and you do get a cash reward for that. Right, let's get duck pond there, and could go with another turtle fountain. But yeah, let's go with another turtle fountain. And a path there, and we are going to need another zookeeper. Put him there for now. Black bears, obviously they're going to want a shelter. And they don't want elevation, unlike the grizzly bear. But they will want probably about half deciduous, half coniferous, something like that, or maybe mostly deciduous and a bit of coniferous. So let's go with something like this, and then a bit of fresh water. And okay, something like that should be okay. A couple of rocks, and then trembling aspen trees. Wow, they're expensive. I mean, we can afford them, yeah, because we've got like $95,000, but I'm just a bit surprised at how expensive they are. Mind you, the umbrella thorn acacia tree, which is a savanna tree used for things like lions and giraffes, I think that's like 225 or something like that. It's a very expensive tree, which is annoying because obviously you need a lot of them. Alright, too much deciduous, not enough coniferous, yep. Too much fresh water, not enough grass, okay. I don't think we need any dirt. White Bengal tiger is now available, that's always a popular animal. Well, some more foliage, yep, I can deal with that. Probably needs quite a lot of foliage actually, because it's a bear living in the woods. And it's deciduous, so... Saying that, that is 91 suitability right now. He's gone from red foliage to black needs more foliage. Which means that it still needs more foliage, just not loads more foliage. Alright, so he's saying that's well suited. 94 suitability. I can keep going. Whoops. Right, that's 97 suitability, so that's fine. Where did I put that extra zookeeper? Here he is. Right. Where is... There it is. Black bear exhibit. Alrighty. So we've got 11 months to go. And I'll just do a check. Make sure... Ah, no, there you go. 5 and 6 can stay. 3 and 4 get sold off. Bison, fine. Polar bear, fine. Crocs, fine. Probably going to need another maintenance worker actually, because we're starting to get a lot of damaged fencing. Yeah, there's too many animals in this exhibit. Right, well 6 is a male. 3 is a male. Let's sell off 3 then. And we'll also sell off 2. And that's fine. Bison 2 has died of old age, so we do still have some bison though, that's okay. Camels, moose. Ah, right, yeah, we're going to need to sell some moose. 3, 4. Right, well, let's sell 5 and 6. Zebra, fine. Hippo. They've had a baby, but that's okay. Snow leopard now available. I guess that's the last. Oh no, black leopard. Right. Because presumably we can't research the panda. Because if we can, then we can just adopt more pandas, and that would kind of make the scenario a bit flawed. So presumably you can't research the panda in this scenario. That unicorn's still a baby, the panda is still a baby. That sea lion has now grown up, and it's saying the exhibit's not big enough, so let's sell that off. Penguins, not enough shelters. Right. Okay. And Jaguar, fine. Black bear, fine. Still got a few problematic guests, but considering we've got almost 1,000 guests in the zoo right now. Medicine's Worker Training 3 was researched anyway, but yeah, that's no problem. It was unnecessary, but what can you do? I don't think, unless we need animal enrichment, there's not really anything that we need to research, because like I say, we don't need animal shelters. And that might even be the last endangered animal as well, so... I guess after that we'll just start researching into the nocturnal house. That should have been on Raptors for quite a while. So, these are getting quite a lot of visitors. 78 visitors the Reptile House got last month. Yeah, these are getting a lot of visitors. But then we've got a lot of guests in the zoo, so... I mean, it's tempting to say that we'd build another restaurant. But I don't know where we would put it. Maybe over here? The zoo's actually pretty huge at the moment. I think we've got 20 exhibits. It's hard to say anymore because the zookeepers are a bit messed up, but because it used to just be that we have one zookeeper for every 2 exhibits, but that doesn't work anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 exhibits, yeah, right. Zoo rating 94, if I can get that up to 95, I think I do get, like, an extra 40,000 in cash. Not that I need it. How many benefactors have we got? Only 32. I thought it'd be more, to be honest. Still another 10 months and a bit to go. That was a panda making that noise. Ah, now the panda has actually grown up. Oh. That's a problem. Yeah, there's now too many animals in the exhibit, and this panda wants a mate. The simple solution is to just sell off Panda 3. The problem is, if I sell off Panda 3, then we no longer have a panda that wasn't given to us. So, if I can adopt a panda, then I could actually sell off all 3 of these. Or sell off 1 and 2, keep 3, which is the baby, and then get 4. But right now I've got a bit of an issue. I'm going to save the game. Right. So we have actually won the objectives right now. If I sell off number 3... Right. So I've got 1 and 2. The objective hasn't unchecked. So I'm going to assume that's okay. But just to be absolutely certain, I'm going to call this Breeding Giant Pandas 2. And from now on, I'm just going to save Breeding Giant Pandas 2, and I know that Breeding Giant Pandas 1 is the save from just before selling off the baby panda. But the fact that this is still ticked is really quite odd. I mean, like I said, the scenario would be a hell of a lot simpler if I could just adopt as many pandas as I want. Because then you'd have increased probability of getting a baby, and when the baby grows up, you don't have the problem of, do I sell it off, do I not? But it still seems to be okay, so I will assume that we're okay, and then assume that nothing's the matter. Right, the exhibit's not big enough, so let's just sell off 7, 8... Let's sell off 1 and 2. Or let's sell off, actually, not 1 and 2. I don't know if these mate or not, that's the problem. Like, do these, like, mate for life or something? Or can we just have, like, one male and then the rest of them females? You would assume that they do mate up, but it doesn't seem to have affected them, so they seem to be okay now. Yeah. Because you would assume that a penguin has a mate. So a male penguin mates with a female penguin. You wouldn't assume that it's sort of like, you know, one male and then the rest female. That seems a bit weird, but it seems okay. Oh, there you go. We've been given the gold trophy for best zoo for getting 95 zoo rating. For providing a zoo in which the animals are well cared for and the guests something or other. And the guests enjoy the experience of visiting the zoo. This award came with a cash bonus of $25,000. Yeah, it seems okay. So, we researched... Yeah, so we can't research Panda. So we can't adopt any more pandas. So, I guess if these guys don't breed again, and they die of old age, then we're in a bit of a problem, because then we don't have any pandas. But it is a bit of a problem that you can't adopt pandas, and this is what I'm trying to explain, is because Panda 3 grew up, and then it wanted a mate, but we can't give it a mate. And then you have the problem of the exhibit not being big enough. Well, okay, we can just make the exhibit big enough. But if you have a problem, I don't know if we actually did have this problem or not, but if you had the problem whereby there are too many animals in the exhibit, which I think we did have, then one of them's got to go. And the simple solution is to just get rid of Panda 3, but that's the baby, so it is kind of flawed, I've got to admit. But, it is what it is, I suppose. Too many animals in this exhibit. Alright, so let's get rid of number 4 and number 3. Most popular zoo for hitting 1,000 guests. Now normally, you can't have more than 1,000 guests in the zoo, but I have modified my game, so I can actually have up to 5,000 guests in a zoo. That's just an arbitrary number. I mean, you can make it as high as you want, but the most I've ever actually had in a zoo is like sort of 1,700, so that was with a huge zoo as well, so, you know, it basically just means that there's no limit, you know. I don't think it's physically possible to have a zoo with 5,000 guests. It probably is, but I've never done it. But it just means that we're not limited to 1,000. You got to remember this game is 20 years old, So that 1,000 guest cap was basically put in to make sure that old 20-year-old computers running, Windows 98 didn't just crash when you got to like more than 1,000 guests. Yeah, 7 and 8 they need to be sold off. We need more maintenance workers actually, because we're getting quite a few broken fences. I've been saying that for quite a while now, and I keep failing to put in more maintenance workers. So it's about time that I did. I noticed that bit of broken fencing and I thought, I'm going to get a maintenance worker. Yeah, now, we could keep this unicorn, but then the exhibit isn't big enough. But the unicorns are actually fine just simply having 3 unicorns, whereas the pandas, they don't want 3 adults in their exhibit. Lions, fine. Yeah, I think everything's fine now. Except hippo will need to be sold off eventually. Moose, fine. Camel should be fine. Yeah, we are getting quite a bit of just like run-down fencing, but it does get fixed. So I don't think we need more maintenance workers. Right. Okay, so still like 9 months to go. So we've got 95 zoo rating, 98, 97 there. Seeing as we're not going to be doing any more endangered animals, might as well go for the nocturnal house, and then once that's done, I guess we don't need foliage, so I guess we're done after that. I mean, this will take quite a while to fully research anyway, but I don't know where I want to put the nocturnal house. Maybe over here or something, on the outskirts of the zoo. Maybe over here to attract people to the camels and the moose and the bison. I mean, over here is right next to the restaurant, or the Prairie Dog Cafe, so maybe over there. We can put another exhibit down over there. Let's go for... Actually, whilst we're not researching anything on here, let's actually go for animal enrichment. Right. What do I want to put over here? I was thinking black leopard, then I realised that I need the cat climbing tree. White Bengal tiger, a carpy. I mean, if we got a baby one of these, we'd get to an extra 10,000. Not that we need it. Yeah, let's go for some Carpi. Why not? They're quite shy, but it's quite a sort of secluded area of the zoo anyway, so hopefully 60 squares is big enough for 2 Carpi. If it isn't, then I might have to just put something else here instead. Okay, so first things first, is this big enough? Yes. Right. So, obviously we want some rainforest. We do want some grass. Want some dirt, maybe. Fresh water. Right, rocks and foliage, and they just want the thorn bush, or rainforest bush, which is very handy, because it's very cheap. It's only 50 square, 50 a piece. Although, like I say, we're not exactly short of money right now. Yeah, we still need a lot more foliage. We are going to need another zookeeper, that's no problem. and rocks. Not many rocks. That is 97 suitability. Zookeeper, and I'm going to get another mason's workshop. Why not? Right, let's put the nocturnal house down over here. Swinging log toy now available. We could get elephants. Because elephants are popular. Quite a bit of damaged fencing around there. So that zookeeper needs to be assigned to the Okapi. That's no problem. May as well also assign him to the penguins, seeing as they're like right next to each other. And we have 8.5 months to go. Right, the zoo is looking pretty dang good at the moment. 95, 98, 97. Lots and lots of exhibits. I guess we're done here, because we don't really need foliage. Right, let's get another zookeeper and let's get some elephants going over here. Temporarily hide buildings. Guess hide the foliage as well, actually, yeah, just temporarily. So that is 10 by 10. Right, so this is elephant exhibit. Probably not going to put Asian elephants as well, so just going to have African elephants. That's fine. What was that just came up? Something was now available. Oh, line climbing rock, yeah. Not bothered about that. Yeah, swinging log toy times 2. We are going to need a small elephant shelter. Actually, let's put it over there. It's going to need to be mostly savanna with a bit of sand, a bit of dirt, and a bit of fresh water, if memory serves. So something like that. Some rocks. And we can actually get away with... There aren't 6 months left, there are 8 months left. I don't know why it does that. It seems to do it on every scenario. And yeah, even though it tells you to use baobabs, it's a lot cheaper and more effective to use thorn bush. They're only 20 a piece. And we can get elephants. That is 85 suitability, too much savanna, not enough fresh water. Actually, they need a lot of fresh water then, don't they? Moose 4 is very sick. Well, someone needs to heal him up then. Excuse me. How are we for rocks? Foliage, maybe? 93 suitability, that's fine. Whoops. Okay, where is the zookeeper? There he is. He's raking up poo in the moose exhibit. I guess that's okay, but really you should be dealing with the elephants. I don't know who deals with the moose, but it's this dude. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so, save the game. Right, we've got no sick animals. Got a few hungry animals, but they're from various exhibits, so it's just sort of here and there. Nothing major. Right, Bengal tigers, bison. Oh wow. Right, we've got one male and one female bison. Let's actually get another female bison. Okay. Polar bear is fine. Crocs. Yeah. So 9 and 10 need to be sold off. Keep 5 and keep 6. Camels. Fine. Moose. Fine. Zebra. Fine. Hippo. Fine. Siberian tiger. So 7 and 8 are the ones that we're keeping. 9 and 10 are the babies that will then grow up and be kept. So 7 and 8 will then be sold off. Anteater is... he needs to be sold off. Lion, fine. Unicorn 2 has died of old age, so... yeah, so they only live for like a year or so. Well. Right. Let's sell off this unicorn before it dies of old age, and then get unicorn male and unicorn... no, not... wait, what? Am I being stupid? Why can't I adopt a... I can't adopt a male unicorn? A female unicorn? The game's not letting me adopt a female unicorn. That doesn't make any sense. I can adopt a male unicorn, but I can't adopt a female unicorn. Well, that's annoying. What? My unicorn's gone. Did I not adopt her? Hold up. This is unicorn. I must have adopted a male unicorn and then, like, pressed undo without realising? But the game's just not letting me adopt a female unicorn. Which, that does sometimes happen, whereby you can only adopt the gender of the animal that the baby it was, if that makes sense. So because we had a female baby unicorn, we would normally be able to adopt a female unicorn, but it's like the game's working in reverse. The game's like, well, you've got a female baby unicorn, so I'm going to let you adopt a male unicorn. And this wants more animals of the same type. It doesn't want to mate, interestingly, so I guess if I mean, I could cheat and just rename this exhibit Xanadu, and then it would allow me to adopt unicorns, but I don't know, that's bizarre. That feels like some kind of weird bug. I'm gonna... right, so I've got 2 male unicorns instead of 2 females. That is incredibly stupid. But there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Right, hopefully these pandas don't die of old age, because if they do, I'm a bit scuppered, because I can't get any more pandas. Right, sea lions, fine. Penguins, yeah, he's saying it's not big enough. Alright, well, Let's get rid of Penguin 2 and Penguin 5. Oh, hang on. Right. So yeah, we can have up to 6 penguins, which is fine. It's just that we had 7 temporarily. Righty-ho. 7 months to go. I'm going to save the game. 7 months to go, and I'm sort of running out of things to do. Besides just wait for the scenario to end. And all selected programs have been researched from animal enrichment, so there's really nothing left to research. Unless I want to get more shelters. Hippo 1 has died of old age. Okay. Interestingly, he doesn't want a mate. So... it's just simpler to sell these off and get new hippos. I don't understand why the game isn't letting me adopt certain animals. That's so peculiar. Right, where are these hippos? There they are. Yeah, it's just simpler to get a new male and a new female hippo. Yeah, the game is weird like that sometimes in what you can and cannot adopt. But that is most peculiar. I don't understand that at all. I'm surprised that there aren't more guests coming over to see the elephants. I mean, obviously we've got guests coming over here for like the insect house, but there's no guests sort of coming over to see the elephants, which I'm a bit surprised by. Because normally elephants are reasonably popular. I mean, black bears aren't super popular as well, but, you know. How many guests do we have in the zoo? Wow, 1100. Okay. Only 35 benefactors. I really thought that would be about 100, to be honest. I'm surprised we haven't got more benefactors. Oh well. How much are we making in donations? Actually, not that much. We only made like... Yeah, I thought it'd be more, to be honest, but... Oh well. The main thing is the zoo is hugely profitable and we've got more money than we can spend. Bengal Tiger 6 is now ill. Well, why don't you go and do something about it, Mr. Zookeeper? Right. Ah, dearie me. I've lost count of how many exhibits we've got now. 1, 2, 3... Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22. Right, I think if we get 25, it's only another 3 more, then I think we get like the diverse species gold. I hope it's not 30. If it's 30, then we might have a problem, but if it's 25, that's no problem. I can hit 25. Right, let's get some, I don't know. That's the thing, is I want to build these exhibits, but I've got no idea what I want to build. Let's go for some gorilla, why not? Right, so this is exhibit 23, gorilla exhibit. probably enough elevation. I don't think gorillas actually need loads of elevation. Do they need dirt? Yeah, just a little bit of dirt. No fresh water, interestingly enough. Alright, that's okay. Rocks. And rainforest bush. Alright, how's that? Still only 82. Wow, okay. Oh, yeah, I need too much grass, not enough dirt, and also need more shelters. Probably more rocks as well, yeah. Yeah, gorillas aren't happy. Damn it. And more foliage, yep. Right, that's 99 suitability, so Mr. Zookeeper. No, not orangutans. Gorillas. Right. Save game. Right. Brilliant. I've put the scenery down wrong. That is fine. Yeah. I mean, it makes basically no difference anyway, but I figure if I'm going to use it, I might as well put it down correctly. A couple of messages just came up there, and I don't know what they were. Hopefully no animals died. Oh, lion being ill, gorilla not happy. Yeah, okay. This gorilla should be happy now. Getting there. They will be later on. Fortunately, there aren't many guests wandering over to see them. Wow, that's quite a lot of damaged fencing around there. Yeah, I need a lot of maintenance workers because I've got a very big zoo. So there's still like, 5.5 months left or something. Yeah, this is taking a long time. Okay, start number 7. It's weird that I can just have an exhibit with 2 male unicorns and they're perfectly happy with that. They're not wanting a mate or anything like that. And it's weird that I can just keep the original 2 pandas that I had and sell off number 3, and the game seems perfectly okay with that. Fingers crossed. Penguins fine, Jaguar fine, everything looks fine. There was a message. Oh, something about, yeah, zebra died of old age. Oh well. We've still got many zebra left. Save. Right, yeah, so there's still like 5 months to go. Quite a lengthy process. I think we've got 23 exhibits. 8, 12, 16, 20. Yeah, 23. Okay, let's get another 2 going then. Get another zookeeper while we're at it. I really don't know what to exhibit. Maybe some Gemsbok. They're just sort of cheap and easy. 8 by 10. That should be big enough. Yeah, this is exhibit 24. And the number is actually correct there. I did get a zookeeper, right? Yeah, okay. So he needs to be moved over here. And we'll get some Gemsbok going. And they're actually okay in a stable. Even though every other time I built a stable, they're like, oh no, I don't like it. Why am I building savannah? I want sand. I mean, I do want some savannah, but not that much. Yeah, I got confused there for a sec. Quite similar. It's like a sort of similar but sort of an inverse to the elephant, because the elephant was sand, dirt, fresh water and savannah, and this is the same, it's just it's sort of an inverse between the savannah and the sand. This is mostly sand and a bit of savannah, and the elephant was mostly savannah and a bit of sand. Right, they want more animals, foliage and rocks. Yeah. Probably not that many rocks. No. What foliage do they want? Quiver tree, but we're going to use the the palm tree. One thing, it would be nice to have more desert animals in the game, because there's only camels and Gemsbok, but at the same time, I can't actually think of any specific species of desert animal that I'm sort of thinking, ooh yeah, like I really want this in the game. Right, so these guys are fine with 1 male and the rest female. That's only 91 suitability. Can we do any better than that? $94. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's save. Right, yes, there's still like 5 months to go. Okay, I think 1 more exhibit will give us the award. So he needs to be assigned to Gemsbok. And yeah, may as well get just get another zookeeper, why not? I realise I've got way more zookeepers than I actually do need. And also I'm building exhibits that are sort of a bit too big, but at this point I don't entirely care. What do I want? Maybe just something simple? Like, I don't know. I mean... Oh wow, a Carpi has given birth, so that's an extra $10,000. Very nice. If we get a baby... I don't know if baby gorilla would work. Baby black leopard, but we don't have black leopards. Oh, giant panda's giving birth again. Oh, right, well that means that I don't need to worry about if the pandas die of old age or if they don't breed or anything like that. Right. Yeah, so we're fine now. Yeah. Right. No problem. Problem solved. We just got another panda. It's a baby male this time. Shame about the unicorns, but, oh well. Having trouble getting to gorilla exhibit. Why? They pooed in front of the entrance or something. I see no reason why you can't get in, but I'll move the entrance anyway. Where do you want to go? You're only responsible for the gorillas. Yeah, just break up the poo like a good zookeeper. Right, I'm just gonna get gazelle. Like, gazelle are cheap and very easy to build an exhibit for. It's literally just savanna and fresh water. I just want to make sure that it is 25, because if it's 30, then obviously I'm going to need to have some kind of mass build session. I don't know why they suddenly became unhappy once I did that. Must be some kind of weird bug or something. I'm pretty sure it's just fresh water, right? Couple of rocks. And then tall grass foliage. There you go. You have been given the Gold Certificate Award, highest quality exhibits for providing exhibits to the highest quality furry animals. This award comes with a cash bonus of $40,000. Yeah, I think it's like 25 exhibits with 90 suitability or higher. I think diverse species must be like 35 or 30 species or something. It's pretty dang difficult to get. Right, and I guess there's no real point getting another zookeeper. Oh, actually, we did have one anyway, in reserve. So, he can look after the gazelle. Right, so I think construction of the zoo is now basically finished. There's no real point building more for the sake of it, unless we want to try and get, like, you know, 96 zoo rating or diverse species gold. So let's save the game. I know I said I would play out this scenario on recording until it actually ends, but I'm kind of thinking that I'm not going to finish the scenario before the 2-hour mark ends, and because we've still got like another 4 months left to go, and we have basically won the scenario. We had basically won it anyway once we got the baby panda, but once we got the second baby panda, that just confirms that we have won the scenario. And the only thing left to do now would just be to build extra exhibits, which would be building for the sake of building. There's not really much point to actually building them. And the thing is that these extra 4 months could go on for like an extra half hour. It's not worth having the part 3 to the scenario that's just like 20 minutes or nothing, essentially. So I think I'm going to end the recording here. Sorry it hasn't actually run to the deadline where you get to see the victory screen. But I will basically say that this is it for breeding giant pandas. So I'll say thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this and part 1. If you have, leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I'm going to pause the game. Take care, folks. have a nice day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Bye.